As a huge fan of his and someone who was inspired and moved by the first book, I cannot wait to pick up where Johnny, Travis, and our nameless young golfer left off. Where that was exactly was the 72nd hole of the Texas Open. The unknown mini-tour journeyman had a birdie putt to stunningly upset the world's #1 player. The book ended with the putt rolling toward the hole. Like you, I was left in suspense, wondering whether it went in. We all have wondered, and so the sequel begins by addressing the question, did he make the putt? The first thing that connected with me, this second time around, was Dr. Cook's answer to that question. I wanted to know whether the putt went in or not, to know whether to celebrate or not. While he answers the question in the context of the new story, in the introduction, he first challenges us, posing a question to the question, does it really matter? It caused me to pause and reflect, does it really matter? The question made me think of the time a few years ago when I was the captain of the U.S. Ryder Cup team. I had the opportunity to pick the brain of a man whom I had admired from afar for a long, long time, Coach John Wooden. I was blessed to be able to visit Coach Wooden for 3 hours in the privacy of his home. He said so many things that day that I will never forget. One of the overriding themes that came across loud and clear was his perspective on performance. His definition of success was not built around who made the putt. Coach's definition had to do with whether you had done all that was in your power to be the best you could be with the talent that you had. As I thought about Coach's definition of success and Dr. Cook's question, it occurred to me that it only mattered if he made the putt or not. If Luke, the name given to our young golfer in this new story, had not done all that he could possibly do to prepare for that moment. If failing in the biggest moments of life is a result of not doing all you can do to be at your best when your best is needed, then knowing whether it went in or not means a great deal. The flip side is all about the perspective that Dr. Cook is trying to get across and that John Wooden embraced. If you have done all you can to prepare, and you do stand up to that putt with confidence and commitment, and with all the pressure on your shoulders you do, give it the very best you have, and if you approach it with courage, then you have already won the battle. The results are not the barometer of success. True success is the inner knowledge that you were fully committed in word and deed to becoming the best you could possibly be. With that issue settled in my mind, I dove into Golf's Sacred Journey, the sequel. As significant as that first question was to me, the real power of David's sequel was to do with vision. He calls it our dream seed. Over the last 10 or 20 years, I have witnessed lives that have become train wrecks. This is not to say that my life has not encountered its own crash and burn episodes, because it has. We all have them in one way or another. When I know what I know about my own life, and when I see what I see on TV or read in the newspaper or hear on the radio about how someone has just done the most horrific thing, it always causes me to pause and think about what went wrong. How did it happen? How is it possible to begin where we began, with the innocence of youth and the hope of the future, and end up with others in a pile-up of derailed dreams? Golf's Sacred Journey, the sequel, connected with me because I believe we all have a vision, a dream, of who we want to be. We all have a dream and a hope of being that person we know we can be, the person we long to be. I believe a loving God, who has given us all differing talents to be used to the best of our ability, created us all uniquely. So much of the guilt that we carry is a result of knowing just how far we have wandered from that vision of who we wish we were. There is so much pain in this world because the things we dreamed of as kids, the lives we wanted to live, have long been forgotten. We have wandered so far off the path and so far from what we once knew to be right. We are tempted to consider ourselves and our dreams to be hopeless, a lost cause. If we give in, we have given up the fight. Dr. Cook makes it very clear that there is good news for us all.